Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast Network News. I'm the franchise Double B Babbler. That is your boy Double J, Josh James. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here live to talk to you about some of the amazing things that are happening in the world of professional wrestling this week. Josh, let's start with some congratulations, right?
Yeah, definitely got to get some congratulations out there. A new baby has been born for a wrestling family. That is Sarah Logan and
Sarah and Ray Rowe, huh?
Yeah,
Ray Rowe, known as Eric.
Eric, yeah,
from the War Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Brought in a baby. Yes, man.
Congratulations to them. Very happy for you guys.
What a way to start the day, man. What a way to start the day. Day after Thanksgiving, Wednesday night, live here on the Roundtable Pro. I'm sorry, Friday night right here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Black Friday, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday, if you will. One day before we go to Survivor Series War Games, and we will be live here watching that on the watch along.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support the podcast, you can support the podcast by checking out the merch store, brainbustertees.com/wrestling personalities / the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Go like, click, and subscribe. Go find some cool stuff. Help support your boys here on this channel because we love you. Like Solo, like Jacob Fatu loves Solo, we love you. Oh man! Hey, let's start out with some backstage news on the return of Kenny Omega.
The fact that he's not going to be returning to AEW first, he's returning to Japan first, not AEW.
I mean, well, let's talk about that. Courtesy of Dave Meltzer, AEW wrestler Kenny Omega is planning to ease back into full-time schedule after being out for almost more than a year. At January 5th, Wrestle Dynasty, which is also part of AEW, because AEW and New Japan are part of Wrestle Dynasty, event in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome, the much-awaited the return of Kenny Omega as he takes on one Gabe Kidd. This will mark the first time Omega has wrestled since December of 2023, while battling that life-threatening illness known as diverticulitis, which forced him to undergo surgery.
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, because it almost took out Brock Lesnar. That disease has been around. It is not a great thing to have, man. And I'm happy that he's okay.
Yeah, it makes me glad that he's going to be returning, and I'm glad he took this long to take a break and to make a return to the ring. I'm happy. But I'm more happy that he's okay. Nothing happened to him. Nothing bad happened to him. I'm glad they got this before it was too late. So I'm excited, but I'm still kind of shocked he's going to return to Japan in the same time, even though he's an AEW guy, I always saw Omega as a Japan guy.
Well, the guy did cut his teeth in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. And actually not just New Japan Pro Wrestling, but also DDT. Mm-hmm. He built a solid fan base. Kenny Omega is one of the best wrestlers ever to step in the ring. Yeah. Kenny Omega's first match back in well over a year will be, like I said, against Gabe Kidd. It's very interesting because Kidd works a very physical style. Mm-hmm. And with the angle that was set up with their backstage fight, it's going to be like a high intense brawl style match, And it's crazy because for Kenny to be out for so long, and Kenny is more of a scientific guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gabe Kidd is like a brawler. He likes to beat the holy piss out of people. I think that this is going to be a pretty good clash of styles. But Omega does need to get going on US TV in a big way if he's going to be physically ready to work regularly. So putting him in a match like this before going back to a full-time schedule is, in my opinion, not a good thing. But let's hope everything holds up.
Yeah, and I think for what I've read, he says he doesn't want to take opportunities away from other wrestlers. That's why he's going to Japan. So, that's nice to say, but I feel like AEW needs Omega right now, to be honest. With some of the talent that's going to be there right now, there's so many great wrestlers that could have great matches with Omega. But, hey, I feel like like I said before, I always see Omega as a Japan guy, so that's just me.
Well, we'll talk about that and a lot of other things. And speaking of someone coming back, the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland says he is ready to get back at it. The Rated R Superstar spoke with the Toronto Leaf Nation in an in-depth interview. During that time, he was asked about his injury, his recovery, and he wanted to update the AEW fans that said they can expect to see him pretty soon. He says, "My brain forgets I'm 51, but my body quickly reminds me, yeah, you just jumped from a 20 feet, you asshole." That spot was a result of an injury in his steel cage match against Malachi Black at Double or Nothing. So technically, you're 51. Your body said, "Fuck it, you need to quit that." But regarding his status and his return, Copeland made it sound like he's going to be making it in just a matter of time before the Hall of Fame legend is back on the scene. Copeland did say, "I feel good. I'm ready to get back at it, and let's get busy again." So Adam Cole coming back. I mean, I'm 50, and after having a few matches, my body gets a little sore. Like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Why are you over here going through tables and shit? When that adrenaline wears off, that's a whole different lifestyle, man.
It's like what Jake the Snake Roberts once said, that when you're in that ring, the adrenaline, like if you're injured, you don't feel it until you're in the very back, like in the backstage. Out of nowhere, that adrenaline's gone, and then the pain is just worse.
I literally didn't feel the pain in my knees until 2 days later.
Oh.
And I got to bed. I was like, "Oh, this is what wrestling feels like again." Yeah. Oh man.
But also, like, there's also drama going on with AEW. Also,
oh yeah, let's talk about that AEW drama going on. Tony Khan is in the hot seat right now.
It has to do with the Lucha Brothers, mostly Rey Fenix, I think.
No. So, I mean, it does. Okay, so you're right about that because the AEW contract of Penta El Zero Miedo is set to expire soon. However, because Rey Fenix was out with that broken leg and that dislocated elbow, that horrible injury, AEW took the opportunity to add time onto his contract. So he's got significant time remaining. According to one source, Penta's contract will conclude next week. So Penta can be out December, like December 1st. He can be done. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Rey Fenix contract is extended due to that injury-related time. So Fenix can run up until next year.
Oh, that sucks. But also with the whole thing with Ricky Starks too, that's been coming up a lot lately too.
Well, there's a lot of stuff with that whole Ricky Starks thing. You know, Ricky Starks showed up at GCW, basically was like, "Yo, I'm here at GCW. Let's go. Let's get it in." And then Tony Khan was like, "Yeah, well, sorry, bro. You're not allowed to wear GCW."
But Moxley was allowed to wrestle there, isn't he? Is he allowed to wrestle there?
Mox was the GCW champion at one time.
Okay, so I'm just curious. I'm confused with that whole thing. I was like, wait, so Ricky's not allowed, but Moxley, but yeah, that makes sense now. He was a champion, so.
You know, to me, it sounds pretty petty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's just me. It's pretty petty. I don't like the pettiness. Yeah. Like if you can't use the guy, if you're not going to use the guy, let him go.
Let him go somewhere else for a little bit.
No, don't sign a bunch of guys and keep them under contract just to have them sitting in catering for weeks on end. Not cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But you know what? Let's talk about something positive.
I'm down for that.
So there's this tag team. Okay, this tag team has been tearing it up on the scene. This up and coming young tag team known as the Outrunners.
I love these guys so much.
The Outrunners, man, they have been announced to be a feature match at Defy Wrestling's Blueprint live in Seattle, Washington at the Washington Hall, December 29th in Seattle, Washington. And they'll be facing a man who just appeared on SmackDown as the tag team partner of Kevin Owens, Ricky Gibson, They're going to be facing Midnight Heat. Man, shout out to Ricky Gibson, man. This is going to be good. Ricky Gibson, Eddie Pearl. They shed some dead weight when they got rid of Billy Pearl, and now Midnight Heat is tearing up the scene. They're being a future tag team match, like I said, Defy Wrestling Blueprint 2024 show in Washington Hall, Seattle, Washington, Sunday, December 29th. It's going to be off
like a great match.
That sounds like an amazing match.
I might have to try to take a little road trip to go to that. That actually sounds like a fun
I was thinking about hitting up Matt Farmer and be like, yo, let the Roundtable come and do the press junket for Defy Wrestling.
We'll do a little live reaction. How about that? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do commentary for it. I don't care.
I'll do it too.
I don't even want to wrestle the show. I just want to go and be part of the festivities because once you get that young up and coming tag team, the Outrunners, live in the living color, man. Oh man. So let's talk about WWE. We don't often talk about the producers that produce these amazing matches. Tonight's SmackDown saw a WWE speed taping. We had Chelsea Green taking on Zelina Vega. Abyss, of all people, was the producer of that match.
These guys, I gotta say, sorry to interrupt you. It's just that it seems like the guys who used to be wrestlers who are doing the producing, like Abyss, Bobby Roode, Jason, these guys, they're doing awesome jobs, and I
putting together bangers.
Yeah, I feel like they don't get enough credit sometimes, and I feel like that should change. I feel like they should get their flowers because they've been putting on some bangers. I got to tell you that.
And that is why I'm going to put them over tonight. The producers for SmackDown tonight edition of SmackDown. Like I said, the Women's War Games promo segment was produced by Petey Williams. That's right, Big Petey Pump. That's right. Petey Williams from XPW fame. X Division fame. Petey Williams from TNA. That amazing match that we saw earlier with Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura, that was put together by Abyss as well.
That's awesome.
The match between the WWE champion. I'm not going to call him undisputed champion because you got a world champion in another brand. Anyway, Cody Rhodes took on Carmelo Hayes and Bobby Roode, the glorious one himself. Bobby Roode was the producer of that match.
That's so awesome.
And then we had the Women's United States Title Tournament matchup. We had Piper Niven and we had Mia Yim taking on the replacement for Jade Cargill, Lash Legend from NXT. Shout out to Lash Legend, Metaphor. That match was produced by Jason Jordan, someone that you've already put over. And then the men's War Game Advantage match between Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. That match was put together by the one, the only, Michael P.S. Hayes.
That's crazy.
Michael Hayes is back from his I guess he was off for a couple weeks due to family issues or whatnot. But Michael Hayes is back to produce that match, which was a fire ass match. I'm not gonna, for those who are watching the show who didn't watch SmackDown, I'm not gonna give you the result of it, but just letting you know who produced all that.
I will spoil one thing about SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura has a new theme song, new entrance, and it's awesome.
That song is a banger.
Yeah, that was okay. I was not expecting a badass theme song, but that was so cool. His entrance was awesome.
It was. Man, shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura's new ring music, bro.
I'm happy he's getting something to do on WWE. I'm
happy. I'm happy too. When I worked for New Japan, Shinsuke was the booker. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So also tonight, TNA's Turning Point took place. I'm not going to give you the winners of that as well. But I will tell you that a former WWE star made his TNA debut in the 6-man tag team match. And I will give you a hint. This douchebag does not wear shoes.
I already know who you're talking about.
I just can't stand him, man. I have a personal vendetta, and we don't do that here on the show. So I'm just not going to talk about it. They took Trey Miguel's place in the TNA Turning Point match. So
Also, if you see his feet in the match, you could see like it's getting dirty. Like that's just nasty.
Gross.
That's just nasty.
So gross, man.
Well, to feed people, they probably enjoy it, but still, that's just weird.
Will you stop talking about? God dang it! Listen here, Tony Atlas. Oh man. Okay, so courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Jade Cargill update. For those who have asked about this, and many of you have, PWInsider.com has been told by multiple WWE sources that there has been some incorrect reporting floating around about Jade Cargill and the legitimacy of her injury. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She is legitimate. The claim is 100% incorrect. She is not injured. It is a story. Last week, we were told that Jade Cargill was she was attacked on SmackDown. It was all storyline, nothing more.
Okay.
Now,
I thought she was legit injured.
Now, while the WWE announced a litany of injuries to Cargill, we were told that it was all put over the severity of the attack was to set the stage for a future Cargill storyline. So, in short, Jade Cargill is not injured. So, we talked about Jade Cargill turning on Bianca. I think that this is the storyline that they're going to go with. But once again, those women's tag team belts has caused strife and drama. Josh, take it off your wall. Throw it away.
I have never taken that off my wall.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Also, another reason is why I'm not going to take it off my wall. I'm just too lazy to.
Wow.
I'm being honest about it. I'm just too lazy to take it down.
Wow. Well, yeah, all of that and then some, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is on Jimmy Fallon. That was great too. Cody Rhodes showed up for Jimmy Fallon. We do have I want to talk about a match that's been added now. And I'm excited for this because I love her 100%. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, the first official match for Ring of Honor's Final Battle is going to be for the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship. Red Velvet taking on legit Layla Hirsch. Red Velvet has stepped up her game 100%. I love Red Velvet. I love that this match is being spotlighted as one of the major matches. Ring of Honor's Final Battle, which is like Ring of Honor's WrestleMania, so to speak.
Oh,
yeah, I'm excited for that. Layla Hirsch, she may be small in stature, but her suplexes are tall and mighty.
That's true.
Oh man, so I got two more things to talk about before we get done here. Also, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, the latest on Drew McIntyre. For those of you that asked, PW Insider learned that the creative decisions have stated that in regards to when and how Drew McIntyre will return, he hasn't been seen since his Hell in a Cell match against CM Punk. We were told that nothing had been set in stone, but there have been some pitches and conversations as to what his direction will be. So he is closer to returning after needing those 16 staples in his head after the Hell in a Cell match. Well, he did take some extended time to attend to family matters. We know he had a family member pass away. So that's the reason why he's been gone for so long. It'll be pretty interesting to see how. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how McIntyre comes back. Hopefully, he comes back as a major way.
Yeah.
So, the last thing I want to talk about, Josh, and I want to go ahead and just give a shout out to the WWE Raw Netflix update. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. The big WWE event at Netflix headquarters will be December 3rd. PW Insider has confirmed that they were told that Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline, and Liv Morgan will be among the talents expected to take part in that. They were also told they has been working on a creative for the event already. So basically, intending to hit the road running with a major show, and we know that major show has some potential to return that night as well. The Raw Netflix debut will usher in the return of the 3 hours of Raw with SmackDown on USA to quickly follow suit. So we're having 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown. It's about to be crazy in the wrestling world, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have so much content. It is about to be out the wazoo.
This is going to be the longest shows for this. Has SmackDown ever been 3 hours?
I think when they had those SmackDown Super shows, they were, but I don't know.
It's going to be crazy. I can tell you that. It's going to be crazy.
It's about to be crazy with a capital K. Not a C, but a capital K is about to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. That is for sure.
Yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here. Oh, well, you know what? Before we go, let me talk about Eddie Kingston. Let me give you an Eddie Kingston update.
Oh, I will like to hear what's going on with him.
The Mad King, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. They have been asked on AEW's Eddie Kingston, who's been out of action since May after he broke his tibia and tearing his ACL and his meniscus while working for New Japan Pro Wrestling. As someone who's torn a meniscus, I know that shit hurts. So after undergoing surgery over the summer, PW Insider has told that Eddie Kingston has been furiously pushing himself through physical therapy to try to get back as soon as possible to get back in the ring. While Kingston has been pushing himself, we were told that he has been warned by his doctors that he is working too damn hard. He is likely not to be cleared to return to the ring until June of 2025.
Oh, so a little bit longer.
So Eddie Kingston had this to say when Mike Johnson from PW Insider reached out to him. He said, health insurance is a scam. Eddie Kingston just wants to be back in the ring, man.
I love Eddie.
Hey, Eddie, I love you, man. Get better, bro. Hashtag Mad King for life. Dude, take care of yourself. Come back strong. Come back and kick all the ass. And I look forward to seeing the Mad King back in the ring.
Same here.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on the Roundtable Network News. I'm the franchise. That's your boy, Double J, Josh James. And we will see you when we see you.